The NBA award race is getting extremely crazy, and it's not for the reason that you might think. Players aren't having crazy pushes right now. They're not making a name for themselves. They aren't saying, hey, I'm clearly the MVP. That's not what's happening. People are just missing games, and they might be ineligible to win a award. A few years back, the league implemented a rule saying that you have to play at least 65 games in a season to be eligible for any end of the season award, right? I believe this was because of load management. The league thought that players weren't playing as much as they could. They were taking some days off, and this was to kind of combat that. But it's starting to blow up in their face because some of their best stars might be ineligible for any award. There are a few players that I want to talk about, a few awards that I want to talk about that could be in jeopardy, and it's going to get crazy here. First, let's talk about the Defensive Player of the Year. I just watched the Pistons and the Spurs face off, and I can clearly tell you that Victor Wembanyama is the best defensive player this year. Far and far away from any other player defensively. No other player that could even compete for this award matches up with Wemby. He means so much to the Spurs, and he means so much to their defense. He is just such a threat. Now, if Victor Wembanyama misses 4 more games with, God forbid, a small injury, he is not eligible to win Defensive Player of the Year. So that award will go to somebody who has way less impact than him. And that's just crazy. I mean, that's not how it should be. I don't know how they came up with the 65 game rule. I think that is a weird number, right? I think maybe it should have just been 60 games. I think that's more than fair. If you miss a month or two, you are still in the race for a award. Some of these players just mean so much to their respective teams, and I don't think if they miss 20 games, they should be taken out of the race at all. And I mean, that's just the Defensive Player of the Year conversation. We have an extremely weird MVP race right now because clearly it's between two people, Nikola Jokic and SGA. Both of them are having amazing seasons. SGA is proving that he is probably the best player in the NBA, if not the second best. I mean, it's basically just between these two right now. Jokic is proving that he's as valuable as ever. They're not winning as much as I want them to because I had them winning the West, but he still is proving that he's extremely valuable, and this race should be against these two, again, like it has been over the past few years. And I mean, it might not be. I believe SGA can only miss like 7 more games, and Jokic can only miss 2 more. So this could be just a pity MVP. I mean, if Jokic gets taken out of the race, I don't see SGA not winning it. I mean, he's clearly better as a MVP contender than Cade Cunningham or Jaylen Brown or Victor Wembanyama, who also could not be eligible for the award if he misses 4 games. But then that's the question that we have to ask. Hey, if Jokic misses 2 more games, which he might, if Shea misses, 7 more games, 6 more games if he misses his next one with his abdominal strain, he's not eligible. So then the award goes to Jaylen Brown or Cade Cunningham. And those two are pretty great players, right? But it seems kind of weird to not give it to SGA or Jokic, even though they've only played 64 games. And they are way, way, way more impactful to their teams than Jaylen Brown and Cade Cunningham. Sorry to say that, but they are the 2 best players in the NBA. Now again, would I be mad if the award went to Jaylen Brown or Cade Cunningham? Not really. I mean, they both do mean a lot to their teams. They are both very, very good players, top 10 players in the NBA. Jaylen Brown has been carrying a Celtics squad that is missing their best player. I mean, he definitely deserves a nod for that. Cade Cunningham has taken his team to the number 1 seed in the East and has basically just led them to a huge leap in general. I think he definitely deserves credit for that. But I just don't really enjoy this whole 65 game mess right now. It feels like it could just be a pity award, and it might not go to the player that deserves the award, whether that's Defensive Player of the Year, whether that's MVP, right? Now, let's just talk about this 65 game rule in general. Am I a fan of this? Not really. Now, I completely understand why it was implemented. I was extremely mad at load management and all of that stuff. But over the past few years, we've seen players just get injured more and more than ever. Giannis, for example, the players that I've mentioned, Jokic, Luka, Wemby, right? These players could use some load management. And while I think that maybe there should be a limit to that and you can decide what the limit is, you shouldn't just banish these players for missing one game over your weird mark. These great players do not want to miss games. SGA clearly does not want to miss basketball games. He very clearly loves basketball. Jokic very clearly wants to be on the basketball court, wants to win games. He's not just out there on the bench for fun. Giannis was dealing with a calf strain. I mean, if he could load manage that, maybe we would have seen more of him so far this season. Maybe, you know, some of these players who are dealing with Achilles/ACL injuries, if they could just load manage when they're feeling under the weather and their hamstring is feeling strained or their calf feels weird and they could take a game off, a practice off, we would see less injuries. I mean, I'm not a sports medicine guy, but I don't know, that makes sense to me. And especially when we're talking about a legitimate injury, like a abdominal strain, or with Jokic, a hyperextension in his knee that looked pretty serious. It just makes no sense. And I don't want these awards to be a mischaracterization of the season that's currently happening. Now, I've been a big proponent about just cutting down the games in general for the regular season. I think that would be the easiest fix. Now, the reason why that's never going to happen is because money. Owners love money. Cutting down games makes their profit go down. That makes players' contracts go down. That'll never happen just purely because of that. I just don't know. Let me know if I'm overreacting. I just feel like maybe if SGA is at that 17 game mark, right? And he tries to play one more game. He has that final game of the season that he needs to play and he can't miss. He can't get his rest for the playoffs. And we see him get seriously injured in that game or even early in the playoffs and we miss out on some great basketball. That'd be pretty bad, man. All in all, I mean, like, this is kind of a pointless video because awards don't really matter. I just don't want to see people injured because they have to play through stuff like this to get some incentives for their contracts and stuff, or just get some hardware for their cabinet. I'm excited to see what happens, though, in the few upcoming games. We're getting close to the end of the season, guys. Playoffs are coming soon. It's crazy. Got a bunch of videos coming out for y'all pretty soon here. Hope you guys have a great day. Thanks for taking time out of your day to watch me, and peace.